So tonight, without any further ado, I want to start bringing out our artists. We're going to start with Oribe artist, Colby Alcantar. Hello. Next up, let's give a warm welcome to Stacy Cicerone, Oribe artist. She is serving it for you all. Next up, let's give a warm welcome for Kien Hong, Oribe artist. And finally, we have Goldwell national artist Nick Pagano. Let's give it up for him. Look at these lovely models. And Nick as well.
So much.
Y'all getting a little taste of what we have tonight, right? Okay, so as we're gonna pop around, we're gonna be interviewing the artists and what they're creating. So we're gonna be finding out what their inspiration is, we're gonna be finding out what their technique, where they thought of this. As I move around the stages, please keep engaged with all of the artists. Ask questions. We wanna be here for you, okay? So let's get involved. We're gonna start first with Kien. Hi, Kien.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Juarez, Seattle. So great to see each and every one of you. There's so many familiar faces. So happy to be here. For the look I'm doing is an extended length. We collaborated with Goldwell with the new colors and tones, and we were like, what is it gonna be this season? What is it always gonna be? And we were looking at all these long lengths that are just so beautiful, mermaid-like, but we decided to go with this inspiration of a peacock. So it's just like beautiful, different tonal, emerald tones, jewel tones that I'll be placing them very randomly to create a wall of hair. Okay?
Kien, with your inspiration being what you actually do on Fashion Runway, what is this show? What show was this inspired from?
This show was actually a couple of years back from New York Fashion Week with Salons, and they wanted hair. It was just like they're all about hair, and it was just like draping to the ground, and you know they wanted something quick, easy, and it's something that you can actually do with extra wefts at home that you can just tape wig tape on the wefts and just stack them back and forth just to get an image or just to extend the length in variations of color, watercolor, or just today we're just gonna put just day glow of like peacock feathers.
Oh, so we got peacock, we got day glow, we've got length being put in here. So I'm gonna come check back in with you. I can't wait to see how much longer her hair gets. Thank you, Kien. Okay, Miss Stacy.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Seattle.
Let's hear it louder. Hey.
That's more like it.
So tell us kind of what you're working on here.
Okay, so for me, it's super important to always bring elements of like the African diaspora. And most recently, I was inspired by the movie Black Panther and how they brought Afrofuturism to light, especially for me. That was very inspiring. So today I'm going to showcase natural textures, braids, accessories and jewelry and locks and some things that come to light in the African culture.
I love that. When you can mix culture into what you do every day, that's the beautiful meld within the hair industry, right?
I'm here to be a connector, to be a bridge, especially for stylists and salon owners that want to be more inclusive and want to really bridge that gap. So I'm inspired to be able to do that.
Stacy, I just got the chills underneath this jacket. Also, Stacy and we switched outfits. This is actually what I was gonna wear, but we decided that she wears it better, right? Yep, exactly. Okay, thank you so much, Stacy. Hello, Miss Kobe.
Oh, how's it going?
I'm doing well, how are you?
Really good, thank you.
So what do we have going on over here?
Well, this is Sierra, and she is really, really cute. She's got some bangs already, and I'm super stoked to take it shorter. I was dilly-dallying over here, just a little bit preparing it to get cut. So I'm gonna do like tight graduation through the nape as I work up through to the sides, like more short, square layers with weight, removal, texture, la la la. This big section over here is gonna be my bang. She already has an existing bang, so I'm just gonna do horizontal sections, working up through this like larger bang section, and tip to the right, heel to the left, weight taken out, elevate a little bit higher, so I get like a heavy bangy thing that happens, and then I'm gonna skip to the back, do circular sections with my graduation, so it's a little bit like not center out horizontal sections, a little bit more curvy, and it's stuff that we talk about in our curriculum all the time.
So with this haircut, she's gonna lose a lot of length, right?
Yes. The exciting thing about the length is that it was colored intentionally to have this darker root. So what we're really excited about, the inspiration, and Zach and I did it together with a little bit of help from Melanie. Lots and lots of love, Melanie. I see you, I saw you. But it was intentional to have this like darker root. So she came in like typical bleach and tone with a root. Can I say all this? Go ahead. Am I stealing the?
Take away the thunder.
All right, well, we'll just it'll get reiterated in a colorist version later, but the root got stretched out so that we can not have like weirdo tips when I cut it shorter. So the root kind of became more like a rich chocolate base that is throughout, and then as we got through to the front, it was more about dimension with different colors of yellow.
What tool are you gonna use to remove the length?
Razor.
Ooh, we got a razor cut over here. We're gonna lose the length. The color placement was set up for the cut, right, Kobe?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna check in. Thank you, Kobe. So now I'm gonna head over to our Goldwell stage where we've got some bright colored models. Let's hear it up for Nick Pagano. Hello, Sir Nicholas. What do we got going on over here?
Zachary, how are you? Well, we have so much going on in the Goldwell color world in general. Right now, we're showcasing Jennifer. And the thought process behind Jennifer's color would be it could work between an evening sky or a sunrise. So something from bright in the warm tones or in the coppers, leaning into something as a pink blend towards the end. So we go from lighter to darkest. So you almost could be moving into dusk. So we're working with our high lift blondes, okay, using 8 kg copper gold with 11 natural to bring up the root. And then we go in and detail everything with blonding cream and at Pure Pigments yellow. And we're moved in with some illumin detailing to add in the pink and the dimension and the merging of the tones, just like you can see in our other models. Different color palettes, which is a huge thing for colorists, I think, because sometimes you see or learn a technique and you think it could only be done in that color palette, when in fact, you can choose any color palette to do those techniques in. You just gotta open up your imagination and step out of your comfort zone and your comfort zone a little bit and give it a shot. Because sometimes your biggest mistakes are your biggest discoveries. So if you look at Jen's hair, you can see the different dimension through here, and you can see the shine and the reflection of the pure pigments. Could you see that moving through there? And the pure pigments is what creates a three-dimensional, high-definition color within your color palette already. So the gorgeous thing about this is you continue to do overlays of color in the same palette that blend and merge and move to each other, that dance together. They don't separate, but they do create a beautiful visual from light into dark. And if you think about everybody's hair, even in the summer, Some are light, your natural blondes, even your brunettes. The hair is always lighter on top because that's what's exposed to the sun the most, and the underneath is darker. So when I'm doing color through the summer months or going from summer into fall, I still follow that lightest to the eyes and cheekbones and darker to underneath by the nape. So you have a beautiful diffusion of tones and color that accentuate your haircuts. So it's about your placement also. So when you're designing color, design your color around the shape of the hair that they're wearing or their haircut or hairstyle. So I'm just gonna comb through this a little bit more, and then I'm gonna go over to my mannequin, and I'm just gonna show you a little detailing. But could you guys see that beautiful tone? Isn't that gorgeous?
Nick, that's stunning. Underneath that, it's got this flambe color that is just flickering throughout the internal parts.
Guys back here, can you see the beautiful reflection and color? And can you see the deep of the pink? So it's a play on a cool warm, but with the copper, it's beautiful with the pink and the orange blend. So that's really that's absolutely gorgeous. This can be worn by anybody who comes into your salon. It's not like, oh my God, but yet it's one of the trendiest placements and color palette that exists. It's really, really beautiful. Jen's gonna be here if you all wanna come up and take a peek, and I'm gonna start doing some sectioning on my mannequin just to show you a little bit of placement.
Perfect, beautiful, Nick. So we're gonna get, round of applause. Let's hear a woo! Yes. So Nick, you're gonna be merging and melding these colors within this mannequin head?
Yeah, Zach, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take sections to show a visual of what the two colors together. Of course, it's not the base color, again, which is 11 natural, with an 8 kg, with a higher volume developer. So we're working with our high blondes or our high lift blondes. So I'm just gonna go in working with our blonding cream and pure pigments yellow and a little pink to show you how I might diffuse those tones within Jen's hair, kind of give you a feeling of where to go with it.
Beautiful, Nick, I can't wait to see this. Just so you guys know, if you're in the front row, it's kind of, you might get all the action. So let's get a little closer and get in on that mannequin head, because Nick is an artiste. Chef's kiss. Okay, now we're gonna move right on over to Ken. How many inches did you add to this in the one roundabout that I did?
We just did it all the way as much as we can to build that wall. And now I'm just spraying a little bit of my favorite product right now, which is Trace, just to kind of give a little bit of like this natural scrunch, heat styling stool, and just like bring that kind of wet look, but in a mousse form to Samantha's hair.
You know, and this color story, it truly does have kind of peacock mixed with oil slick. The texture is beautiful. And this is like 55-inch hair now we've just turned it into, right?
Yes.
Great, keep building that. I'm excited. I cannot wait to see and hear more about this color story that we'll hear a little bit later with our Goldwell artist. But Ken, beautiful work.
Thank you. It's our peacock.
Peacock, right? Let's give Ken a round of applause. Let's hear it. Yeah. Now moving over into Stacy. She is in it. She is in it. I'm back already, girl.
All right. So, like I said, I really wanted to bring to light some of the cultural pieces of the African diaspora, and we are adding some braids right now, adding some braided extensions. So, step by step here. I feel like I have a way of making these kind of complicated braid designs very easy. You can enhance your look just by adding a simple ring or a braid just like this.
Oh, the jewelry you're adding into this is actually showcasing the culture, but adding to the look.
Yes. So in the culture, a lot of times the accessories and the style would showcase things like social status, marital status, what family you came from, you know, how you live, where you live, sometimes regionally. But I like to add it just for a little style.
We all love style. I mean, Oribe just oozes style, right? And you are emulating this right here. And look at how quick you just went in, started that braid. You are moving. It is detailed work you're doing, and that's why you're so good at it, because you are so detail-oriented. I've seen you backstage. You're working with fine sections. You're meticulously creating beautiful hair.
Yes, and I want to say also what I like about adding textured hair extensions is that you are able to work with different lengths. You're able to work with different curl patterns. You're able to work with different colors as well. Sometimes the naturalistas, as I refer to them, might be a little apprehensive about trying new things. So this is a great temporary way to just add a little flair to your service without the commitment.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the final look, Stacy. You ready?
Ready.
There we go, okay. Let's hear it for Stacy, everyone. Round of applause. Okay, you've got it over here. Okay, but I want it louder again. Let's hear it. Stacy? Woo! There we go. Get it, serve the look, Stacy. Ding, ding, knock, knock, I'm back. Okay, so we've got our first section here. Tell me what we're doing.
Well, I've actually already added to the bang. So she had her existing bang and then horizontal sections working back through this like top section, taking out weight, dragging into the line. Each section is slightly longer than the previous, but because it's kind of a blunter line, the relationship between each section is kind of shorter. So keeping it heavy, as I was like getting to the over direction areas, I kind of was like knocking the corners off a little bit, but also keeping the corners, because now I'm gonna go to the back and then skip to the front each section. So I'm gonna work with these circular sections. This one's a little bit thick right now. Me. Ooh, sorry, that was loud. This one's a little thick right now, so I'm gonna go back in and do like a nicer subsection, more curvy and like following the nape. But roughly, once I do that little like subsection, I'm gonna drop it in and then come up. So this little starter kit here that I made from the larger bang is gonna give me a length reference to carry through to the front.
So majority of the length is going to be from the top crown into the bang section.
It's kind of sad because the color is so beautiful.
No, but that was the point of the way we colored it. We want a show. We want you to flick this bright vintage orangey tone. Yeah, you got me. We want to see it on the floor. So let's get started. I want to see this. Are we ready? I'm putting you on the spot. Okay, she's gonna subsection, but I'm gonna hear, we're gonna get a wave or something going around here. Pieces are gonna come off. You guys, watching Kobe cut hair is mesmerizing. And I'm gonna talk her up for a bit because you would think that there is a maestro with a razor because she runs through the hair and works so seamlessly, and she's attacking it with a plan. We're getting started on that first cut.
Growth. Just looking at the direction of growth so I can get like equal balance with the flat of the blade. The rest of it I'll be using the edge, but in the flat, using the flat and the nape is really nice to get it nice and seamless.
Right, because that's gonna be exposed, so we wanna work with the natural hairline here. Oh, there goes that razor. There we go. First cut. Her batteries are charged tonight. Oh, there we go. First hair on the floor. Yo, I can't wait to see this. Full transformation. Kobe, thank you so much. We're back over to Sir Nick Pagano. Jen, this hair, I'm obsessed. The two redheads are right here. Isn't this stunning? The way the multiple tones flicker throughout it. Oh, they're all congregating right here. You're following me. All the beautiful redheads are here looking at the redhead color. I just can't get over Jen's hair. Gorgeous, pure pigments, fluttering through the hair, multifaceted. But let's see what Nick's working on in this mannequin head. Nick, can I interrupt you for a minute? Tell us what's going on. Tell us what's happening.
What I've been doing, Zachary, is just demonstrating how it would create merging color in sections by using more than one technique throughout the entire section that I'm creating. So going from a V-shaped section where I'm painting the outer perimeter, brushing up in towards the root to get a soft diffusion of color, and then painting my heavier tip right on top of the color I already did So those two colors could create a blend of the pink and the gold because I'm working with blonding cream and Pure Pigments yellow.
Beautiful.
So the yellow on top of the pink, lying on top of each other with a little bit of shadow and diffusion of color in between, together when that hair is dried, will really flow and move beautiful. So that's what we're up to right now.
So Nick, I have a question for you. So we're dealing with blonding cream and yellow pure pigments, but I want to know how much yellow pure pigment you put into this blonding cream.
Well, you could put up to 10% of your formula. You know what I mean? If you've never worked with, if you're new to Pure Pigments, I'll start out with a drop. So you can visually see what it does because it's so beautifully reflective. And then that'll give you the security to add a second drop or a third drop, but up to 10% of your formula.
Baby step it, baby step it. I'll tell you, yellow pure pigments are my jam. It's my favorite, the shine, the reflection, but you're lifting and creating that reflection all in one go was what was happened on Jen's hair, and it paid off, Nick. Beautiful work, thank you. Ken, how's it? Ooh. We have like people from Zion, the Matrix. I'm living for the outfit, the style, the makeup, but I want to hear your inspiration and where this came from.
This inspiration came from a show I did at New York Fashion Week called Marissa Wilson, and it was her premiere of her show this past season, and it was really about, it was so incredible working with her because she draws all these sketches, and with the sketches it was like these NFTs, the designs that she want to come alive. So this was a look that she drew, and I made it, constructed it, and come alive for her show.
Beautiful, beautiful. And the way that you have parted this off, and even at the scalp, that's part of the design, but what are you using to kind of tie around the hair here?
Well, what we did was we used Maximista to kind of create like these really graphic lines at the scalp right here, and then and put them into ponytails. We locked it in with elastic cord. And a really good trick if you're trying to make, when you're doing an editorial and you're trying to get a perfect line. So this is almost perfect, but to make it really perfect for a photograph, you can, I went over to the makeup artist, and then there's like, they have white eyeliner. So what you can do is just kind of sketch out and really kind of, you know, chalk in like a straightish line to, you know, when you're producing like a, you know.
This kind of just showed the geometrical shape, kind of exacerbated that geometrical shape, and is part of the style. I just love it. How does it feel on your scalp?
The
tightness,
marking?
the tightness.
I mean, it's not too tight. I'm kind of used to my hair being in a bun and like tight.
This ain't her first rodeo. She is snatched for the gods, and she's like, yawn, bore, I'm into this.
Right.
She's got this. Well, so as you outline this is going to create that look, and then are you going to put the elastics around these pieces you've left out?
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is use these elastic, no, they're not elastic, they're rubber cords that you can find at any fabric place, fabric stores, and I'm just wrapping them and wrapping. So the look is kind of like hard wire, you know, wire turned up type of situation. So it's going to be tied, and it's okay to have all these little pieces hang out, and then we'll create a shape after that.
You know what, Ken, this is stunning. This is probably one of my favorite styles because I like how futuristic it is, and it is fashion, it is runway, but guess what? Fashion and runway is going into streetwear, and you would see people where I'm from in Brooklyn, people going out on the Friday night, doing something experimental like this, and it's not even gawked at because people are experimenting with futurism and everything with hair, makeup, fashion, right?
I mean, speaking about futurism, and you know, I think for myself working with Oribe, I fell in love with rock hard gel. So this is what I'm using to kind of shape the hair in a cream rock hard sort of way to kind of make it even shinier than it already is.
Hey, you heard it here from Ken. Rock Hard Gel is the #1 product when you're creating this look. That's what you're putting on right now, right? Yes. Okay, I'm gonna let you get to it. Thank you, Ken, so much. We are gonna move right over to Stacy, my girl that smokes the fumes. Here we go.
One thing I'm always excited about is to showcase how I use products from other collections. I think most people know me for moisture control using the gelée and the leave-in and the styling butter, of course, and the deep treatment mask. But today I was able to use not only the priming lotion and the curl gelée, but I use the impermeable, the anti-humidity spray. I'm using the superfine strong. I'm using a combination of products for prep, styling, finish that you would probably not ordinarily see. And I'm very excited to showcase that.
I mean, with this look, healthy hair is the base and the most important, right?
Healthy hair is so important to me. I think that's why I get so excited about using the Oribe products, because you're getting that style element, but it's also a hair care line. So you're getting style and you're getting the hair care, and it's very important for naturalistas, especially if they're interested in length retention, to have products that is going to strengthen, nourish, and fortify their hair.
Tell us your favorite fortifying, nourishing Oribe product for this textured hair. Right now, go.
You're making me choose a favorite child.
one.
You can't
Yeah, I
do
know.
that.
I like favorites, though. I'm an only child.
Me too.
Now that's why we get along so well.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, I love the hair alchemy, the serum. I love the deep treatment mask for rebuilding hair. But it just really just depends on what you're doing. But my go-to is the priming lotion.
Okay, priming lotion.
It works good on all hair textures, not just highly textured hair. I talk a lot about it with highly textured hair, but priming lotion, it hydrates, it detangles, it has UV protecting, the nourishing butter complex. So if your hair is dry and thirsty, no matter what hair curl pattern you have, that is a go-to first step prep product.
Okay, so priming lotion, selling out in stores everywhere off of Stacy's recommendation.
Stacy Cicerone approved.
Oh, there we go. We need to get a badge. We need to have a badge for that. Okay, how are you feeling? The outfit, everything is great. Love it, right? Okay. Thank you, Stacy, so much. Give me a C. Give me an O. Give me a B. Because why? It's Kobe. Wow, that was quick. That was just off the fly. You can't even take me serious. Okay, Kobe, you cut off a lot of length. I want to kind of talk about what you're looking for now. What's the structure? What's the shape?
Well, do you ever get like excited when you see the color and then you just kind of don't want to cut it?
Ooh, so you're loving the color. Okay. So what's going on right now?
The length, I just went a little bit longer. So I'm just into these little like pieces that are like around the ear. So as I still went tighter through the nape, like in like kind of the insides of the nape's recessions, but as I reached the round of the head, I just started gaining more length. I think what's rad about the razor is you're able to cut really leave a long piece with a short piece, helping like relate each section. So it's something you can kind of get away with the razor, but also the ability to be even a little bit more exaggerated is my model Sierra being on the like slightly more punk rock side. I can like take it there. So she is cool, and I want to still keep my initial vision, but there's just a little bit more length around the sides. So still short, it's kind of feeling a little Fifth Element-y to me, without it being like a box bob, but it is more like a little bit bowly. But I did think this was gonna be shorter on the side, but I'm into it.
So we're talking multi-pass Fifth Element style?
Yeah.
Remember that little card she has? Multi-pass. Okay, so one thing that I want to say is, as an artist, it's okay. As an artist, living in the moment when you're cutting, when you're coloring, everything to adjust and tailor to foresee your artistic vision is what you're doing. You're keeping a little bit longer because the last wire you were like, hey, this is the look I want to create. The hair was telling you.
Those little melon pieces on the side are so good.
She didn't want to lose the pieces. Now, Melanie did an incredible job on this color. We'll dive a little bit more into it, but I like when cohesively the cut and color work together, because that's how we create a branded look for our clients, and that's why they pay Kobe the big bucks, right? The big bucks. Drinks on Kobe after this.
Thank you, Zach.
Okay, I'll be right back over. We're gonna head on down to the Goldwell stage. Now, Mr. Pagano. You're still working over here, kid.
I'm just, demonstrating.
And all of the redheads are right around you. The fan base is here. I'm here for it.
Yeah, here's the thing. So we're having a great discussion here. I love it because it's just, as we said earlier on the stage, it's just hairdressers sharing ideas and knowledge because we do what they do. Zach and I are behind the chair. We're doing the same thing. It's not like we only do this. So we understand what we each do. So sharing ideas is sharing knowledge. So we're just going through using different techniques within one highlight technique and using the thought process of, as you get to the hairline, you want to soften the way you pull hair or your weave. So you create a more natural look as you get to the part line, even if you want to have that beautiful heavy blonde framing in the front, or in Jen's case, strawberry blonde, or something just really sun-kissed. So you want to be able to design your highlights and your color, and have it look more natural as you get to the part line, because what's the first thing we hear? Oh, I don't want stripy. Oh, I want balayage. Everybody wants balayage, and they're not really getting balayage, they're getting hair painting, because balayage and hair painting are two different animals. One is individual strands that's meant to look like the sun kissed it, and hair painting, you want to see something bolder, stronger, thicker, chunkier, for lack of a better word, something that is a little more fashion forward and a lot more visible. So they're two different worlds, and then ombre is ombre. But think about the thought process of connecting all of them together. So you most certainly could do a highlight technique that incorporates ombre, balayage, hair painting, and baby lights if you understand the placements and why you're putting it on the head where you're putting it.
I could listen to him talk about hair all day, and it's true. We do collaborate a lot because no two artists do hair the same way. You guys would all agree with me, right? It helps you to just run things by people. Even if you take a little bit of their idea and not the whole thing, that's how we grow as artists. And that's why I'm so fortunate to work with Nick a lot, because I love how we just work two different ways and together we combine and make a finished look.
Zach and I collaborate on a lot of things. We collaborate on hair, and we have a special hamburger night on a Monday that we meet, we go for beer and hamburgers. So
it's true, Monday night burger night.
Burger night in the West Village. So again, as I'm getting to the part, my weave will go into a baby light, not to create harsh highlights or lines at the part.
Great, Nick. I want to tell you, thank you so much for sharing this. Jen's hair looks stunning as always, and showing us how we can lift and create the tone, and the placement and the merging is really how Jen got that beautiful look.
Thank you, Zach.
Thank you, Nick. Now, I'm gonna head on over to the pro shop. You wanna know why? Because every time I come and work an Oribe show, I spend my entire paycheck on Oribe product. Literally, they do not make one thing that I do not want to own. So, if everyone could just look over in that corner right there, I'm just gonna take these and put them under my jacket, and I will be back. I'm gonna borrow these.
Oh, what do you think this is?
Yeah, I'm gonna borrow these. So I just need this much shampoo for some weird reason.
Body wash.
The body wash, I need that after under these hot lights. So I want to encourage you guys all, come over here, take a look. They've got candles, they've got mugs, they've got pins, and literally all of the stuff is stylized. True Oribe fashion is beautiful. Thank you guys so much. Oh, is this new? Oh, this is the new. You guys, we have a brand new bag from Oribe. It's so sleek. Showing up to your client's house, your fashion show, if you're a session stylist, showing up with this bag is stunning. Oh, here we go. Actually, put this in my bag. This is nice, guys. This leather feels so good. So come on over, take a look at these new bags, and we're gonna take a little break, and we'll kind of pause and we'll get right back into it with Ken. Thank you, guys. Okay, everyone, I'm back over here at Kien's stage because this masterpiece has evolved so much that I wanted to check in on it. And I want to let you know it is defying gravity, actually defying gravity.
Dry texture spray.
Ooh, now that's my favorite. Stacy's gonna come at me for that one, but that's my favorite. Okay, how are you attaching these pieces?
I'm just kind of like, Stephanie's just like so sexy, and she's just like, she's willing and she's giving it, and so I just wanted to just kind of build a structure that she can, have fun with. Wired up, she's all wired up.
Ooh, wired up, that's this look. The title is Wired Up. You've seen it here first at the Jean Juarez event, which actually I want to remind everyone, when you're taking photos, when you're posting stuff on social media, please use hashtag Jean Juarez. That way we can be attached to it. Hashtag powered by Goldwell, hashtag Oribe Obsessed. Make sure you're getting those tags so that they can go and post onto the Jean Juarez page. When you're getting up close photos too, tag the artist. We are building a community here. Even though we're in Seattle right now, when we go back to our home, we will be connected through social media because that's how it works. Right, Kim?
Yes. I'd love to be connected with each and every one of you.
And if you actually go look at Kien's social media, his Instagram literally looks like a Vogue magazine. No joke. All of the looks are beautiful. The collections are gorgeous. And I mean, you're looking at it right here. It's stunning. So what I want to do is I want to direct, if I could get everyone to just look up at the stage. We want to discuss some color on the stage, and I want to bring out international artist Rebecca Heel.
Hi, everyone.
Round of applause, everybody.
So fun to be here. This is so much fun. You guys having a good time? Woo! So I just wanted to come out and chat a little bit about the color work that you see on the stage here. Kien did such a gorgeous job on this look. And when you take a look, he talked about these peacock type colors and how to create this beautiful, almost jewel tone look through the hair. And what I love about this is that you're seeing a lumen reflection, working with different shades of illumin in our blue, in violet, in green to create this beautiful jade tone, as well as this beautiful amethyst color that's working through too with violet. So amazing ways that you can play with this using illumin. I know Nick talked a lot about how we do hair painting. These were all painted through the hair really strategically, so placing in the color to to mimic almost like how you would see a peacock feather. So beautiful color using Illumin. And then clearly you guys saw Jen, gorgeous hair. Spin around for us, Jen, just a sec. This is working with At Pure Pigments, an unbelievable tool. It's how we create reflections of light, how we create filters in the hair. And again, stunning reflection that you see. And this is actually using colorants as the final finish on her hair. So colorants is the story here, building in our At Pure Pigments yellow, built into an 80R, so 8 orange red, and a 10 gold. And that's what gives that total beautiful finish. And talk about beautiful hair, stunning look that Stacy created. I'm just gonna have you take a spin for me just to take a look at the back. Taking a look at her canvas, this to me, when you have this beautiful texture, it needs things to keep it moisturized and hydrated. We have an amazing mask product called Bon Pro. Fabulous for the hair. It's a 60-second treatment you can use in the shower, and it really keeps the hair lustrous and hydrated, and it's a bond builder, so it helps fortify the hair to keep this texture looking stunning. So I hope you guys loved what's going on up here. I'm gonna join Steven over there in a little bit on that stage. And Zach, where'd you go? I'm gonna send it on back to you. Zach, our MC for the night.
I am over here on Stacy's station. Rebecca, the words, the analogies, you're spitting them at us and we're living for it. Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause for Rebecca Heel, everybody. Okay, I'm back over here in this corner with Stacy, and we're working on Caleb's hair. Let's talk about your inspiration for Caleb's hair.
Well, first of all, you know, I've been talking a lot about Afrofuturism that inspired me from the movie Black Panther, but also it's a way to mix in styles that are trending right now. So the naturalistas are experimenting with protective styles like silky locks, boho locks, you know, to get that look of locks without having to have the commitment, because Caleb's been growing his locks for about 4 years, but there's some naturalistas that don't want to wait that long to get the look. So this is a fun way to be trendy. Again, without the commitment, you can add color, you can add texture, and I was able to retouch some of his locks with the curl gelée for shine and definition.
So will you tell us how you're installing this onto the lock? Excuse me really quick. How you're installing it that is actually creating this beautiful, woven, colorful reflection.
Yeah, well, actually, it's a little arts and crafty. So if you love your arts and crafts, you're gonna love this technique, because we go in with a crochet hook that you might, you know, have seen this before. We go in at the base and pull through the hair and literally just start wrapping it around until you run out of hair.
You know, and the way her fingers move when she's working through this, literally with the tightest tension she's working through, that's not going anywhere. I know Caleb's gonna be wearing this for the next couple months because he's already told us he's obsessed. And this jacket, Caleb, you're looking good, dude. Looking good. Well, Caleb, Stacy, thank you guys so much. I'll come over again and check in. We have, well, first of all, there's too many people at that bar, and not one person has offered to get me a drink. Now this is, well, here we go. Got my drink. Thank you. So what I want to do is, after you get your drink, come get around over here to Kobe's stage, because I feel like we're getting pretty close to being done, right?
All right. Everything is wrapping up. So definitely put a lot of product in. I know a couple people were asking because I was choosing different foundation products or primers. So I might as well do my hands at the same time. So I had the foundation mist with water, and she'd also been blow dried, you know, with foundation mist and some Balm d'Or in there initially. So it had a prep product in there, but also to help the razor glide on dry hair. And then I was using the priming lotion kind of intermittent with the foundation mist, more in the nape where I just wanted to smash it down and kind of kill the volume and have it have more head shape. And then après beach to jack it up. So creating dimensions, softening the edges, and using the oil and the kind of the salty mixture of the après to give me that dual dimension. And I always like how it just collapses the shape. I thought I was gonna put swept up in there, but I'm kind of like, it's good. I like it.
I think it's good, and I think the texture that you were able to create with the razor and the product, and truly, you need to have the right product to match that look. Okay, one more thing.
I tidied up with scissors on the end, so I made like a lot of exaggerated pieces, similar to what we were talking about when Melanie was like overdoing the color to like knew that we were gonna cut it out. I kind of over razored knowing I was gonna cut some of it out and tidy up with the scissors. But I like the little random pieces. And again, the color was very inspirational to leave those random pieces. I kind of got some favorites. I have some favorites right there. Don't step on them.
Oh, you've got a collection going on over here. That's great. Well, Colby, I think following that color is amazing. Making sure that the cut and color cohesively work together. Let's give a round of applause to Colby and her beautiful mall. I want to hear it all the way in the back row. Round of applause, everyone. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm coming over to the bar side. I want to drum up some action over here. So if everyone just wants to walk on over, and we have a new artist here, National Goldwell artist, Stephen Fujinon. Hi, Stephen, how are you?
Hi, Zach, I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, round of applause for Stephen Fujinon. Let's hear it.
Hi.
Okay, so let's talk about what you're gonna showcase today.
Sure. So I'm here with Emily, our beautiful Bardot-inspired balayage. So this is the foliage technique, trapping the hair inside the foil to control heat and control lift. But we're working with OxyCure, our premier lightener Bomb Pro built in, 9 levels of lift, so super powerful yet super conditioning. Was able to take this really soft in foil, but then tip out the ends to give this beautiful saturation of blonde. Emily, come over here. I can't reach you. So, working with our lightener gave us all of this shine and condition, this supple, beautiful blonde. And then to follow that, we used a brightener as what we call power toning. So we added ABonAir pigments into the brightener, allowed it to process for 20 minutes. So this is cool pink and 1 drop of pearl blue into brightener natural. So what that does is it softens the contrast between her natural color and the blonde, and also tones the blonde at the same time. Then to follow that, just for beautiful shine, reflection, condition, we followed up with a 10BN or cream gloss tone. What that does, like if you could see in the camera, turn towards him, the reflection coming off these curls, her hair was lifted and lifted and lifted, and it's still so shiny and reflective. All of the messy, sexy texture you see, we created using Oribe product. Her hair was actually so slick, I had to put in a decent amount of dry texture spray today. But because Goldwell products are so conditioning, we were able to get this super high shine.
Do you know what? With this balayage look, this is something that could speak to all of us as hair colorists, because this is bread and butter. Creating dimension in hair is what we do as colorists day in and day out. And I have to just tip my hat to Stephen. This blow dry, Bridget Bardot round brush, this is what's trending right now. Everything's going back to the classics. It's big, billy blow dries. It's moving away from a little bit of these soft waves because everyone wants that bounce. As they're flipping their hair out down the streets, walking down the avenues, they want it to bounce. And Stephen is the king of bouncy.
Yeah.
So Stephen, tell us about what you're gonna be doing on this mannequin head.
So essentially what I'm gonna do is just replicate what I did yesterday with Emily. Just working on a really soft parting. I find when we allow the front and the back of a balayage or a foliage process to become separate sections, we end up losing that beautiful flow of continuity from front to back, or that swing of color like Emily has so beautifully. Some things that I think are important with this is to paint on a 45-degree angle. It's very easy to keep things soft when you're soft. Making a horizontal into a diagonal is a challenge, right? And then also, let's go back to Emily for a second.
Pivoting, right? Pivoting.
What I love about this, so I'll stretch the root a little further in the back, And what this does, keeping this blonde not quite as high, keeps Emily's jawline looking super sculpted. If I make this blonde, I lose the definition between her hair and her skin. By keeping a little stretch of depth there, it kind of keeps things more exciting and really sexy.
Steven, you're talking about like the silhouette of the neck, having some negative space back there to showcase a nice neck.
Yep, exactly.
And that's trending. A nice neck is trending for 2022 fall, winter.
It's for everyone.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you get to working on that mannequin head, but everyone kind of come close up to Steven so you can really see how he works with that oxycure. And then I want to pass everything up onto the main stage to Nick Pagano, National Goldwell artist, and he's going to be talking about some of the colors from our Oribe models. Nick, how you doing?
Hi, Zachary. How are you? Hey, Steven. Hey, everybody. So we're starting to build our stage with something that I think is absolutely fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to start over with our beautiful young man here because he's wearing the dreadlocks. Hey, girl. He's wearing the dreadlocks, but if you could look at the color palette, so we were inspiration with kind of that peacock jewel tones, and it got followed through right over here to our dreadlock wrap. Now this is absolutely beautiful to me because it looks like a rope. And this is all Illumin. We have worked a lot with Illumin and Illumin Play and ABonAir pigments, which gives us shine, reflection, and beautiful color. And this is a great combination. Just give me a little turn around to the back. Look at the beautiful colors in here. Look at that sky blue and that beautiful violet. You can only get those tones and that vibrance from Illumin and Illumin Play. Come back around for us. This looks amazing to me. This is total rock star right here. So, and I love that whole rope-looking effect. And we're gonna move down, oh my God, to you. This is really a work of art. This is sculpturing. What Kian did here on this model is absolutely beautiful. Everybody thinks that if somebody wants a brunette, I think brunettes get left behind in our salon because everybody thinks dark hair has to be black. And it does not, because we're working here with our model. We worked with a level 4 brunette pearl. So it has shine, it has luster, and it has a reflection of tones in a brunette pearl. And because it's pearl, you're kind of counteracting some of your red that's in your brunette. So she's a dark brunette, but she is not black, and it looks beautiful on her. So she could look natural. She might have a few little stragglers of gray. Her hair might be dull. So we're looking for shine and luster when we're using brunettes. And why leave our brunettes out? They want hair color too. So Goldwell Palette has a huge variety of products that you could use in a brunette. Zachary, we're gonna go one more into this beautiful gold honey mixture of color with a shadowed root. So we're going, just bend your head down a little bit, down forward. She has a beautiful shadowed root moving into a really wheat blonde. And if you could see, pick your head up. And throughout, you can see these beautiful bits of marigold. Turn around for me, this way. You can see these beautiful bits here on the end of that marigold that reflects light and shine and gives this haircut a beautiful, interesting color palette to work on the shape. And as we spoke before earlier, hair color and haircuts go hand in hand, and that's why you need to work with placement and certain color. Zachary, I'm gonna hand it back over to you. I hope everybody likes what they're seeing already. There's more to come.
Thank you, Nick. That was
You're
a beautiful
welcome.
description. Let's give Nick a round of applause, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna need one more round. If I say gold, what do you say? There we go. If I say or, you say? There we go. Or bay. Okay, Kian. So, actually, while I've been walking around, a lot of people have been asking me to ask you, what are you doing and what is the purpose of the cap?
Yeah, this hairstyle was actually cut by Kobe, and the wig is actually Oribe Canales. So it was a graduated bob, and I restyled it to give it more of this futuristic, you know, she's been in Seattle, she's been rained on, and her hair just stuck forward.
Perfect for that, not for this weather, but perfect for Seattle. Okay, I love the storyline. Okay, now talk to us about what you're doing with the cap.
So what I'm doing with the cap, what I have underneath is Oribe Curl Gloss, and the hair was wet. It was drenched with curl gloss, sprayed with soft lacquer, and super fine stronged, and the wig was dried upside down. So when it's dried upside down, it holds that forward like shape, and then we just put it on Anisha. And then
Are you guys seeing this right now? Not only did he defy gravity with the last one, but he did it again by drying the wig when it was turned upside down to create this, and using that mixture of product to create this shape and the forward moving direction of the hair. Yeah, actually, would you mind just standing up for 1 minute so everyone in the back row, everyone at the bar, people in the back seats, all the way across the street can see this look. This is stunning. Ken, beautiful work. Yes, woo! Okay, you can sit back down. Okay, so what's next?
just gonna take the wig off, and we're gonna style the hair underneath, and just hydrate her hair. I love what Stacy said about priming, and you know, Anisha has wavy hair, like curl type 3A. So I'm just gonna stylize her hair out with using priming lotion and a little bit of our curl gloss to hydrate the hair and give it shine and bring back the curl.
So you just did a wig reveal, and now the look is even gonna come out even further. Wow, you're getting 2 looks for the price of 1. It's a BOGO. Buy one, get one, girl. Love it. Like the BOGO, huh? Okay, Ken, we're gonna come by. I wanna see these curls, so don't let her get off this stage, okay? You guys, let's give Ken a round of applause. Let's hear it. Miss Stacy. Wow. Yes, here we go, Stacy. You've got a fan club over here. The VIP lounge is the Stacy lounge. There we go. Okay, let's hear what Stacy's got going on here. We're gonna just move around so I can get out of your guys' way. Let's hear it, Stacy.
Well, the finale is all about the queendom.
Oh, this has been a build.
The story has been building. So it's all about the queendom, so I had to bring the queen out, but the queen is not a queen without a crown. So we are going to work on adding some tailbone extensions, but of course, keeping the natural texture. So again, being able to play with color, being able to play with length, being able to play around with different curl types. I'm just excited to show you this technique on how we can achieve the length. Sometimes the extensions don't come floor length. You have to improvise. So these are techniques we've used during Fashion Week and things like that. I pinned them in before for like runway shows, but if you want it to last longer, maybe like a week, maybe it's a bride, you have the option of sewing it in or using bonding glue and wrapping it around the ponytail. So that's what we're gonna do right now.
Okay, so depending on how long you want the style to last would determine how you inset the hair.
Exactly. So obviously the sewing technique is going to last the longest, but there was a presentation where I was able to use bonding glue to achieve that same look. So what I'm doing now is just kind of wrapping it around, but because I'm able to sew it, I can get the tracks, the wefts very close together so that it's seamless and you don't see the braid that's under it.
Wow, I cannot wait to see this. And also, if we just get a look at the necklace, the shoes, from the floor up into the hair, this is the queen. I will agree with you 100%, Stacy. You are the queen. The queen. Your name is the queen now. Okay, I'm gonna check back in with you, Stacy, okay? Because I am into it, but I have missed Kobe a bit, and I'm not gonna step on her scrapbooking hair that she's saving for another day. So I'm gonna come up over here, and Kobe, why don't you tell us about what you're doing with this texture? I mean, this texture is incredible.
Yes, this is Kaden. Caden has gorgeous hair. So like that big loopy curl and the haircut that he came with was like a grown out version of what I already wanted to do. So I was pretty excited just to square it out. So opening, you know, when you run your hands through somebody's hair and you see like that it's still like, it just needs a little bit of a tweak, an adjustment, not like an entire haircut. So weight, but deep and balanced. So not like a bunch of wispy nothings making it a little dandelion, more aggressive. Sometimes I talk about like black piano keys. So it's like removing negative space rather than softening the texture. And with curls, that allows him to breathe, but just in general, it's a nice way to remove weight. And then when I pull out his hair, like the panels on the side, back, and on the top, like the sides and back were very wedgy, so like really graduated, so really keeping the perimeter length and just squaring it out. He has like a little bit of the hairline that has been cut, which is kind of cool. Can we go like right there? We go.
So the hairline, you've tailored that a little bit more differently above the ear.
So cute. So I just want to like break it up and take it in a little bit more. Also, like everything is really crowding in his face. So like I want to take this a little bit shorter in the bang just to open it up. But I did the hairline right there. Wait, I'm backwards. There. In the kind of recessions down to the ear, and then I'm gonna do the same thing in the front and almost like springboard the curls, still wearing it forward and heavy, but a little like less heavy and crowded. And then I still have to cut the crown, but the rest of it is just tweaking and strengthening the line.
So really, when you are removing the weight, putting the texture, and you're thinking about how you're working with that curl pattern, and then also how you support the structure of the shape of the curl from underneath, from the sides.
Yes, it's like inner layer, and then squareness is just giving me a skinnier head shape.
Right.
And product, I've been using water with priming lotion, and priming lotion just being the heavier of the primers. It has a nice like weighted moisture, which is great for curls. And I was picturing putting a little bit of the curl mousse in afterwards and then using a wrap to squash the shape.
Right, so the curl mousse is one of my favorites because the way that it finishes off curly hair, naturally curly hair, is so beautiful and almost gives it a supple curl look, and I'm obsessed. Okay, Kobe. Well, this haircut's looking great. You haven't seen it yet, but it's looking amazing. Incredible. I'm gonna check back in with you, Kobe. Okay, so I've already finished my first drink, but now I need to have round two. So just little old me, everyone's at the bar, but I'm drinkless. So if you all over at the bar could come on. So if you guys over at the bar could head on over this way. I'm good. Oh, now everyone is offering me drinks. Well, I'm gonna be slurring at the end if all 5 of these drinks come over here, so let's hold off on that one. But if everyone over there at these tie top tables can come on over, because I want you guys to see what Goldwell national artist Stephen Pucciano is working on over here, because he is into this mannequin head, working with OxyCure Platine. Stephen, talk to us about what you're doing.
So right now I'm applying the right side of this balayage technique, working diagonal back, bricklayering the foils, working through the sections, painting on a diagonal. So getting enough product on my brush for to be able to saturate well, starting on low and painting up towards the face nice and high. The beauty of this is that all of this hair in the diagonal back section lives in different parts of the head in natural fall. So if I start low and work high, what I get are these beautiful pockets of depth as the hair swings. So working that, fully saturating down, enclosing in 2 foils so that I can get this nice and light, and then that's it.
So Stephen, talk to me why you chose OxyCure Platine.
So OxyCure has the ability to lift 9 levels, so it's powerful, and there's Bond Pro technology built in. So what that allows me to do is make sure my hair will be protected, clean, bright, and light.
So when you're getting this lift, you're also getting super conditioned, but also a powerful lift, which is actually what we need to create when we're creating these bright, crisp, clean blondes, but we need to worry about the integrity, correct?
Absolutely. Well, and the beauty of OxyCure is that I was able to achieve Emily's hair with 20 volume. We didn't even have to push towards 30 volume because it is strong, powerful, and clean.
That is the triple threat. Strong, powerful, and clean. You guys, Stephen Pucciano is showing us how he creates blondes day in and day out. I want to give it up for Stephen Pucciano. Let's hear it. I didn't hear anybody. I didn't hear anyone. One more time for Stephen Pucciano. There we go. Okay. Let me just have a sip of my drink. Okay, Kian. We're here with look number 2 on this model.
What I'm doing is another show that we did in New York City, and it's called Private Policy. And the vision was this, how mushrooms enter the future and how it helps and heals the earth. And it's about organic futurism, and the designer wanted mushroom shapes. And an idea that I brought to the table was to do the shapes with snap clips to create this kind of helmet-like shaped mushroom.
Okay, so show us how you're putting in these snap clips.
So with my model, I just placed these little pin curls around the face with curl gloss, and you can see how it dries. There's structure to it. There's shine. It looks hydrated. So I'm using these huge, gigantic metal clips to create my shape on top.
I think this is gonna be great. It's almost gonna be like a crown over here of clips, which, I mean, we have the princess over here and we have the queen over there.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so say that again. What show was this? You said Private Policy?
This was from Private Policy, New York City, fall winter 22.
Okay, I have to ask you a personal question, Ken. Whenever you get ready for one of these fashion shows, and it's the day of, it's the morning, the prep, the team's all there, do you still get nervous?
Yes, it's always nervous because I'm nervous right now.
Well, I think the nerves are what keeps you on your toes because every single show you've done has always been beautiful. You always bring it. So thank you so much for showing us and inspiring us every fashion.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
So seriously, come in over here, see how he's placing this. He, all around the edges, he's still worked with her beautiful natural curl pattern, and it's almost created this really hard-ridged with the clips, but a very ethereal look around the hairline, and I am obsessed with it. And remember, this is look 2. Look number 2, look number 1 was the wig that was kind of all moving forward, and I'm impressed constantly. Ken, thank you. Okay, the queen has entered the building. Oh, the queen was already here.
The queen is already in the building.
We arrived late. The queen was always on time. Also, this eye makeup you're wearing is incredible. Incredible. It's coming with. Okay, so we have already created a base back here. Kind of talk to us about how you're layering on this hair.
Okay, so my main goal here is to achieve the length, but I also want to be able to cover the foundation. Also, I don't want it to be too bulky. So we got a lot to...
That's a tall order.
Yes, exactly. So what I'm doing is, with the help of Anna, because I don't think I could have done it without Anna, is we're wrapping it, but keeping the wefts flat. That's the key, to have them all facing in the same direction. And we're just layering them with no space in between until we finally make our way up to the base of the ponytail. And once we get up to the base of the ponytail, I'm gonna use some of the loose hair to wrap around to conceal the elastic, to conceal the bungee hook.
The way that you're working this, though, and once that's all concealed, the color of her natural hair, the color of the install, it is going to be seamless.
It is going to be seamless. That is the goal, and that's why I'm stitching them so close together. What I really love about this look, of course, that it has elements of, Afrofuturism, but also it can translate to daytime, it can translate to evening, it can translate to bridal. There's so many diverse ways that you can use the hair extensions and use the products. So I'm excited about that. So based on the way that we style it, I mean, literally, we can leave this natural looking texture for a day look. We can use a little dry spray and give it some volume, give it some texture for an evening look, or we can wrap it around for a bride or let it hang down for a bride. So the stylist and the client has lots of options.
So she's gonna have her look for like going out on the streets during the day, brunching with her friends. Then she's gonna have her look for dinner and cocktails. And then when she gets to the event of the night, she's gonna have another look. It's transformative.
I think that's very inspiring. I think one thing that I was always excited about with my clients is giving them something to look forward to at their next appointment, you know? So that's it. I'm excited about it, so they end up getting excited about it.
100%. That's what it's all about. Keeping excited behind the chair as much as we are. We have to stay inspired and excited, and you have to stay inspired and excited.
That's why I like events like this, because you get to be around other creatives and like-minded people, and you just get recharged from being in this type of environment, seeing new looks, seeing new techniques. Even if you just pick up one thing to take back with you to the salon, it's a really big deal.
And that's what it's all about. And I actually want to give a special thanks to Stacey, because I feel like what she's bringing here, culture, history, everything, it is actually educating, it's bringing more knowledge to a type of hair that should be honored, should be respected, and needs to be at the forefront. And I thank you so much, Stacey, for bringing this, because sharing your culture with us is an honor for me.
It's very humbling for me. I'm very privileged to be a carrier of this type of information, because highly textured hair and tightly coiled hair has very specific needs. And that was one thing I was excited about teaming up and partnering with the brand, is that they noticed that this type of hair had specific needs. So for instance, if we're talking about type 3 hair, so looser curl patterns, looser curls, as opposed to super coily hair, the tighter the coil pattern, the drier the hair, because the hair's natural oils are not able to travel down the strand. So we needed to replace that. So the Nourishing Butter Complex has the mango butter, kapuasu butter, shea butter, all these butters and oils that help to replenish what the hair is not getting. So again, you get the style, but you also get the hair care for the naturalistas. So I'm very excited to share the information, because sometimes highly textured hair can be a little intimidating, because what it looks like is not always what it feels like when you actually touch it. So we have to reduce that overwhelm, reduce that fear, and just go in there. It takes a little practice. Even me, I need to practice to, stay on top of my skill. Get a mannequin if you don't have clients, and just practice and keep trying and keep learning, and just stay on top of your craft.
Stay on top of it. And I want to say, Oribe has done a great job at making sure there are product out there for all textures, all densities, all hair types. And honestly, this stuff, I've learned a lot from Stacey this weekend, because I've learned how to nourish textured hair and how to preserve it in its natural state.
Yes, it's like I said, it's very different because of the shape of the strand. It doesn't reflect light as well. This is why I was so excited to have something like a semi gloss put on. You're gonna speak to that, but it was able to bring out the shine, make it look even more healthy, because again, because of the shape of the strand, it doesn't always do that. So I'm happy to be the bridge of that information. And I'm an open book. If you have questions, please don't be shy. Ask.
Don't be shy, Ash. And I want to give a shout out, a big round of applause to Stacey. Let's hear it for Stacey. And Anna too. Anna, you've been so lovely. Thank you, Stacey. Okay, Kobe, I'm coming over, and you're collapsing those sides. So tell us about what we're doing here with the style.
Well, I already had the priming lotion in there, which we talked about last time, and then this round I've done curl mousse, and we put quite a bit in, right, Reese? And raked it through and kind of started defining some of the curls, and then using the net to squash the sides. So, just giving him to resist me a little bit, and then coming back to like kind of smash it down, which giving the curls like the barrel and the root, but just not like big and huge.
I love the shape that it's created, and it's also preserved the texture. And this is the same mesh that Ken was working on over there with his bottle.
Yeah.
I love it. And what product did you use when you were setting this?
It was priming lotion with curl mousse.
Kobe.
I did put a little bit of super shine in the very beginning, but I just think of that as like an addition to my primer, more so than actually like a styling effect.
Wow, Colby, your work with a razor and a scissor is absolutely mesmerizing, and I'm gonna fangirl for a minute because I've been a fan of Kobe's before I even knew her, because I followed her on social media, and I just loved her real approachable way that she discusses, talks hair, and actually the way that she molds it is something that just resonates within me. So Colby, thanks for letting me fangirl. I love you, and let's give it a round of applause for Kobe. Thank you, Kobe. Amazing model.
Thank you, Reese.
Thanks, Reese. Okay, I just want to let everyone know we have a lost iPhone at the tech booth. So if you're not able to post those stories on social media, did it even happen? Also, don't forget to hashtag Juarez, international artist, Rebecca Hill. Hi, girl.
Hi, Zach.
How's it going?
Fantastic.
Okay, so I've been wanting to know what you're gonna create with us because she's been standing here a long time and I'm excited to see what we're doing.
So you can see that we have two beautiful blondes that have been standing here that now have these gorgeous tonalities, but I'm gonna talk about Beatrice first. And with Beatrice's hair, what we did is created this beautiful blush color. I'm gonna have you come closer to me, Beatrice, just so I can brush through a little bit. Spin around for me. Yeah, perfect. So, to get her lightness, we actually worked with our Silk Lift Strong and 6% to create the lightness that you see. And so really a traditional service with this, working with micro lights, micro highlights through the hair, or baby lights around the face, in order to keep the natural hair in the interior. So I didn't address her natural hair, I just added in the lightness that you see. But if you take a look at this in the light now, I alternated formulations using Pastel Rose, our At Pure Pigments Cool Pink, as well as 10BS in the interior, but mostly the pastel pink. And then working through the ends, I added in more 10BS, so more beige silver. So the idea with this is creating a cooler kind of blush effect with more intensity in the interior. Again, keeping her natural. When you take a look at Beatrice, she has this absolutely gorgeous skin tone, darker brow that face frames her. So I think that leaving a little bit of that shadow is a beautiful thing.
You guys, if you're not coming up close, I need people to come up close because the way that this rosé tone flickers off of this blonde hair is stunning. And with that pastel rose, with the pure pigments, it's reflecting, and she's still reading as blonde too. So this is a great way to introduce fun colors to our blonde clients. Wouldn't you agree?
Totally agree. And you know what's fantastic is that this is a way that for your more commercial client, the client that wants those beautiful baby lights, they want to be blonde, but they also want to have that softer grow out. So not that super hard line of growth. You're able to give them that soft grow out, but at the same time, give them this beautiful blush color that will look really expensive, I think, in their hair, and something that is transitional. They can change it seasonally. It's kind of cool with this. To me, this is giving me kind of a very 90s Gwen Stefani kind of a vibe. I also was a little inspired by Megan Fox recently with that super cool, yeah. But definitely a little, sort of 90s Gwen Stefani. And then our other two girls that we have here, this to me is definitely a bit more 70s. Amazing feel with this. This is working with Ox Pure Platine and working with 6% to create the blonde. But this is playing with Illumin and Illumin Play to create what I call a cloud blonde, right? Super fun, where you see almost sky blue that then teeters into this really icy, beautiful platinum. And then you're seeing these beautiful, almost peach tones that are working through the hair. And to me, about transition with this is all about when you have a depth color, something with blue, because blue we always know dominates, next to something reflective, they live kind of next to each other and bounce off of each other. And so it makes the warmer shade come to the surface, if you will, or be more reflective. And then the blue almost becomes kind of the backdrop. So really fun way to play with shades. And definitely cool 70s vibe, I think, with this. Like the little bit of a flicker through the sides, giving me a little...
Rebecca, when you said cloud blonde, that is actually what I'm getting from this, and it's almost like a cloud watercolor painting. The way the colors seamlessly move and transition from this blue into this blonde, into almost kind of, what's this other tone we have going on here?
So this to me is more of like a blush peach. So taking kind of the inspo from here, we have a blush pink, this is a blush peach. To me though, it has a peach enough tone that almost looks natural, which is kind of cool up against this cloud blue.
Wow, 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 wow. Let's give it up for Cloud Blonde, everybody. Woo! Yes! For the front row. Now let's talk about what we have over here.
So this is definitely, we're feeling an 80s inspo. Linda Evangelista, you know, I'm thinking like George Michael video, right? And with this is working with Illumin Again and Illumin Play to create the look. Now here's the difference. When we looked at our Cloud Blonde, we kind of saw different pieces cascading down next to each other. Where with this, we're actually working with 3 shades on the strand. So building in violet into pink, and then the spotlight shade is this really kind of punchy coral. Back to pink, back to violet. So it's almost creating a blended or diffuse shine line. And that's what you're seeing through the hair. And just where that coral kind of comes in, your eye goes there. The violet draws you back, and where you see those pops of color is where that shine line happens with the coral.
When you create it with this shine line, I don't know where it stops and where it starts, which that creates the intrigue.
Yes, and that's the idea with this. You want to trick the eye, right? When you use warmer shades, it kind of pulls the eye up and away. When you use deeper, cooler shades, it pulls the canvas in. So it's working with the shape. We put the violet in as the background, and that's what's giving it that substance. And then the eye kind of, you know, you're drawn to those coral punchy shades that are in the shine line blend.
Okay, so Rebecca, you have to tell me what's going on with this easel back here, because I need to know. There's a tray here with lots of fun colors. I need to know what you're planning to show us, because this visual is something I have to see.
So yeah, it's just kind of tying together what we just talked about with our Cloud Blonde. I think it's really nice to see the colors. The best thing with Illumin and Illumin Play are the fact that you can actually paint them on white paper and see exactly what it is you're working with. So if I take a look at, here's my cloud color, really soft, you know, shading. When you paint this through the hair, you can just do it a little bit more saturated at the regrowth, and then painted all the way down. And with our model here, Eva, what we did is then painted that peach shade in right next to it. So what happens is, when they blend together, they almost create something more neutral, and then you see this beautiful peach shade next to it. And so by doing this strategically and having the blue more at the top or background, you're building in more of a shadow. So now going back to this, because this is the super fun painting, it's how we actually build in, like I was talking about, our violet at the regrowth area, drawing that down. And this is really how, when I paint the hair, I turn my brush to a vertical. You want to do that because that's how you're going to create that seamless blend or meld. And then adding into the pink. So what happens is when the pink touches the violet, I make it a third shade. And now here comes the shine line spotlight, right? You can see this is where your eye wants to go because this is the brightest shade. Now back to pink. And then back to violet again. And so what's great about this is you're really playing with where the eye wants to go with color.
You know, this visual, Rebecca, is really showing me how you can mix and marry the Illumin Play tones and how they can work cohesively in one head of hair. And I think this visual, especially this one over here with the sky blue and the kind of more pinky peachy tone, that would make me nervous. But the way that you've mixed them so soft, they do work really, really well together.
And it's fantastic when you have, like I said, when you paint the deeper shade or the bluer shade, whatever that choice is, it allows a little bit more saturation at the scalp area, so that whatever you do dimensionally through the exterior, the eye kind of goes to those lighter shades.
Rebecca, I want to hear it for Rebecca Heel because she is an incredible mentor, an incredible part of the Goldwell artistic team, and I am honored to work with her day in and day out. So let's hear it for Rebecca, everyone. Okay, bringing your attention to Stephen Pucciano, national artist for the Goldwell team. On stage, we're gonna hear a little bit more about the color story on these Oribe artists. Stephen.
Hi guys. So we have some new models up here. I'm gonna see Kaden first. Come on up here for a second. So with Kaden's hair, and sometimes with Goldwell, enhancing natural texture is really about shine and condition. So this is just working with Color-On's Clear to just enhance his color, keep his cuticle nice and closed, and add shine. Really, really simple, really impactful for textured hair. Thanks, bud. Michaela, come here. So with Michaela, kind of the same story, but what we did here was work with 5 beige pearl and pearl blue at Pure Pigments, and that allowed us to create a beautiful, rich depth and enhance these shine lines you see in her hair. All of that is that depth and reflection from at Pure Pigments and 5 beige pearl. Thank you so much. And who else didn't we talk about? Oh, you, my dear, come. So with this look, we knew that there were going to be high contrast clips. So we're working with one of the coolest formulas that we actually use, 5 natural ash and 3 ash and color-ons. So what that does is really give a high contrast dimension between these awesome silver clips and her super dark shiny hair. Cool. All right, Zach, I'm going to give it back to you.
Thank you, Stephen. Okay. Well, I want to pass it over to Scott, who wants you to say a couple words and bring out a special guest if we can get that. Scott, are you up there?
I am, Zach. Thank you. Hello, everybody, once again. Everybody having a good time? Did we accomplish our goal of inspiring you? Yes.
Let's hear that again, Scott.
Yeah, did we accomplish our goal of inspiring you? Yes. Did we accomplish our goal of celebrating you? Yes, of course we did. I want to say a couple of thank yous. First of all, Zach, amazing job this evening. Can we give it up for Zach, our MC? Thank you so much, Zach. Let's give it up one more time for all of the artists who are amazing, amazing creatives. Let's give it up, please, please. Thank you to all the teams who put this event together, the teams who greeted you at the door, the teams who are here helping you get all your merchandise, the AV teams. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody. And if I left somebody out, I'm saying thank you to you for sure. I think we have to acknowledge, of course, again, you, the staff and team at Juarez. I want to say thank you to Katie and her team for allowing this to happen. Can we give it up for your boss, Katie, please? Yes. Yes. And I think, hey, Gene, can you come up here, please? Yeah, come on up here, Gene. Let's give it up for Gene, the icon. We wouldn't be here, literally, if it wasn't for this gentleman right now. Gene, I just want to say thank you on behalf of the professional beauty industry for your vision and your dedication to the craft of hairdressing. What you mean to this community in the Pacific Northwest and what you mean for this industry, it actually, thank you just isn't enough, but we're gonna try. So can we raise our glasses to Gene and say thank you? Cheers.